So this is coming to you, Tia, and saw peace and love over here. The reason why it's coming to you like this is because Brooke taught me how to do like this therapy session where ain't nobody around like that, and I could just kind of like just explain, you know what I'm saying, what I feel without interruption. So let me just fall into it. Um, in the beginning when I met you, it was like really really cool, right? What Brooke was telling me about you and everything like that. I was kind of like slightly skeptical to a certain degree, but then I really like rolled out with what Brooke was like saying. It's like something she wanted to be able to experience like in the community and things like that. So I was with it. So what really happened with me is that night that we had talked on the phone, and you was like telling me like all that horrific shit that happened to you as a child. And then when you said that stuff to me, it engulfed my soul, right? Because I'm for real about the female empowerment shit. Like, it just ask Brooke about it. And the reason why I say ask Brooke is because Brooke has seen my growth come from one extreme to the other, right? And she's seen the balance. So that's like the evidence, you know. But I seen that. I seen that a part of what was going on with me. And then prior to that, it was like I was like telling Javachi about you. I was like teaching them how to say your name and stuff like that, and all that stuff as well too. So that was like a serious situation for me as well, because I don't even do that. Like with just people I haven't met like myself and shit. So that was like cool. That wasn't like really an issue with me. But your story touched me. It touched me like really, really deep. And a lot of females that I've talked to have similar stories, not your story, but similar stories. The foster kids that I've been around with had similar stories. That's why they was in them foster homes, because it was people touching on them and people raping them and people doing all this type of weird ass shit to them. So I grew up in that from like 11, 12 years old. I grew up in that until now. So it triggered me. And as you see, I started to tell you, like, not started to tell you, but I explained to you, I think like a day or so after that, I was like, you know what? I'm starting to care about you. And not care about you like I want to be with you, or not care about you like in a romantic sense. It was like care about what happened to you and care about what's inside your soul to heal those situations that happened to you to make you grow more into what you want to be able to do with your life. That's what I meant by it. I believe you understood it. Um, and then that's what happened with me. So when I started talking to you more, I started helping you understand like this is what I'm about. I have to be this in order to protect women and children who just had to deal with what you deal with or what you dealt with. I have to be this type of person in order to protect, right? This is just what God made me to be, right? You know what I'm saying? So when I listen to you talk and you're trying to change who I am, you're trying to change my thought process, you're trying to say I should be this and I should be that. And that's what our fights and stuff is coming from. That's where our arguments coming from. It's because I have to be this. In order to protect women from what happened to you, or to be able to have some type of retribution of what happened to you in the past, I have to be what I am right now. I have to call out that unrighteous energy in anybody. I have to stand toe to toe to any male that I feel like is had that shit on their brain. Because the problem is that same way with you and them foster kids, nobody was there to protect them. There was people in them houses, man, that knew what the fuck was going on, and didn't nobody say shit. Just because that dude was paying a light bill, that's because that dude was paying a cable bill or part of the rent. You know what I mean? Them mothers and them uncles or whatever like that, they did not care, man, about their kids like that, and they let that shit happen. They didn't like go toe to toe with them dudes like that. You know what I'm saying? So I've been immersed in that when it comes to feminine energy and shit of growing up. You know what I mean? My grandmother was raped. You know what I'm saying? There's women in my family who went through similar shit. So I identify certain things based on what I was taught and based on what I experienced, but this is just who I am. So you were trying to change that. You were trying to tell me I should think this way, I should think that way. And we bumped heads on it, but I did listen to all that you was like saying, but it's like majority of our conversations was about changing me. Now, if we look at it like, do you want to hear a conversation of somebody getting on the phone with you and saying like, oh, you're a bad person, I'm going to change you and I'm going to change this about you, you should think this way? You're not going to try to listen to that shit. You're going to probably argue with that person. What if somebody was trying to change you into a Protestant, or change you into a Catholic, or change you into some white person's religion or whatever? You're going to have a problem with that because you know that's not your essence. You know that's not your calling. So you're going to fight for that. I just did the same thing that you would probably would have did. But when I said that I liked what was the interaction between us stuff, because you heard me say like, I like that shit, like keep on going with it. What it did was it just made me talk more about issues that affect women. And once I understand these issues, then I create solutions for those issues and I'm able to help. See, a lot of males aren't or can listen to it, but they don't have solutions to those problems. And so I have solutions to those problems. So it allowed me to be able to tell women like what to expect and how to deal with certain things and not to accept certain things, all that. So that was like I was like taking that and I was changing what you were saying to me, and I was turning it into more righteous shit. I was turning into more righteousness for DOH and for Revolut, you know, and Brooke was like telling me, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, you come across in a certain type of way and everything like that, that you really don't mean certain things and shit. So I took that too. Like I listened to that as well. You know what I'm saying? But then it just started getting more and more disrespectful. It seemed like it was more and more intentional. And it was like one time, dude, I purposely didn't want to talk to you. And you was like trying to talk so much and try to get into the conversation with me and Brooke. And I'm like, okay, what is that? Is that an inner child that feels like she's not in the conversation that she want to talk? Or is it some other shit? You know what I mean? So that's what it was and everything. So, I mean, I live a different type of thing, you know what I'm saying? And you try to tell me about my son and try to tell me what Brooke is and all this type of stuff. And, you know what I mean? I'm not tripping about that. I know what Javachi is. I know what Brooke is. Brooke know what she is. You know what I mean? It doesn't change anything with me. It just makes it better when people understand where they come from. The same way you want black people to understand where they come from Africa. You know, everybody come from somewhere. Everybody didn't come from Africa. There was people, black people in the United States already and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's certain, like every culture had a certain belief system. Every culture, you know what I'm saying, wasn't judged by the color of their skin. Like you would think that because I'm dark skinned that I automatically come from somewhere. You know what I mean? I feel like that's wrong. I feel like that's what white people used to categorize black people and classify them and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just my own person. And I wish, dude, that we could have been better by understanding that that's just what I am. I'm just my own person. I'm a strong ally in what's going on in the community over there. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I have to be me. Like, what I'm doing is not unrighteous. What I'm doing is not bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's you know what I mean? It's God's purpose for me. It's God's work. It's what God wants me to be. It's what I have to be on this journey. And you have to be a certain way on your journey. David have to be a certain way on his journey. Brooke has to be a certain way on her journey. The kids, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that I can't accept is being attacked. Even if it feels like being attacked, I'm gonna tell you about it. You know what I'm saying? If every time I'm calling there, you got something crazy to say about my character or who I am and shit, like eventually and stuff, it's not like a learning experience no more. It's like I feel like I'm attacked. And then, yeah, I fight back on that shit. But that's what you want as an ally. That's what I am, the balance of love and war. You know what I'm saying? I love hard and I fight hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm that balance and I can control it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just what I am and everything. And every tribe needs a general of war. Every tribe needs an army. I am that army. What I do over here is the army for honor thyself community. Brooke knows that. You know what I'm saying? When we look at spirituality, when we look at tribes, people don't fear the words that's coming out of people's mouths or the doctrines or um, um, the teachings, right? They fear the army. Like they can disagree all they want to, but they not gonna fuck with them and shit because they know that army is on point and that army is dangerous. I'm that army. DOH, dangerous, optimistic humans. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just important for me. Like tonight, I'm just like working on shit, and it's just important for me to address it So, you know what I mean? So people can have some clarity and actually know from what it is out my mouth about how I feel instead of assuming shit. Because I feel like a lot of people assume. And I think it's my responsibility as, you know what I'm saying, as the creator, you know what I'm saying, of Revolut and DOH, and my son, who is the king of Revolut and DOH, to be able to come forth and be able to explain certain things. If you take it a certain kind of way from here and you believe what you want to believe, that's what it is. As long as I got the truth off my soul and I explain to you what it is, there's no other way to be able to look at it but what the truth is out my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Um, you can't attack me. Nobody in this world is going to be able to. It's not y'all. Nobody in this world is ever going to be able to attack me without no fight back or without no retaliation. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Some of them African tribes are the same way. You just can't go over there and just attack one of their members and shit like that, and nothing's gonna happen to you. I'm just like that. That's just what it is. You can't do that over here because it's women and children over here. You know what I'm saying? People are healing over here. People are healing over there. You know what I'm saying? So if we are in alliance and people are healing and we have children in the community and women in the community and males in the community working and stuff like that, you can't just attack us because that's going to knock us off to what we're supposed to be able to do to deal with that. So there has to be an entity within the community to be able to deal with those situations, and I am that entity. That's what I was born to do, and I try to explain that to you. But maybe you went through one ear out the other. Maybe you didn't understand or whatever it may be. It just is what it is. Um, that's where I want to leave it at, like right now, and really pretty much get back to work. But I'm glad I was able to address you in this way and everything like that. And if you got any questions, whatever, and we can talk respectfully and shit like that, because there's no hatred towards you or David. There ain't no hatred. I don't hate y'all and none of that shit. I don't like dislike y'all to that degree. I understand who you are. You know what I'm saying? I understand what David is up to this point. I understand what's going on and stuff like that. I understand it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like, on this side, you know what I mean, talking to my Qs, talking to the witches over here and shit like that, um, helping me understand more of this interaction and what's going on and stuff like that, giving me some clarity and understanding on it. I feel like I'm gonna address each one of y'all in my own time, in my own way. But I'm gonna address you first because I feel like that stuff that happened to you when you was a kid really, really fucked up. And at this point in your life, you may normalize it to a certain degree. I don't know, too much, but it's still in your soul though, and you know it's still in your soul. You know you're still affected by it to a certain degree and shit like that. That don't make you less of a woman. That just makes it where more work needs to be done in order for you to be able to have some retribution on it. You know what I'm saying? So when you was like telling me about the dude that you met up with or whatever like that, and you wanted to go punch him or something like that, you were saying that was like it's still in your soul because you was ready to protect yourself. You remember what the fuck happened, and then you was ready to go to war type of shit. If you would have moved a certain kind of way or touched you inappropriately and shit like that, it would probably been on and popping, right? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You still affected by it. I know it. You know what I mean? But my thing was I wanted to be able to try to help you heal through it. Like heal through it together, try to give you a different perspective, a different type of medicine, and be able to understand it more and be able to help heal yourself. Not to heal it for you like that, but just to give you medicine. Like, look, try this, see if this works. You know what I'm saying? Like that, because that's some horrific shit. Like you talking about 5 years old, you was like dealing with shit, man. That is fucking crazy, man. That is bad, and nobody was there to protect you, which is even worse and shit. And people knew about it and stuff like that, man. So yeah, I get triggered by shit like that. Yeah, that it just is what it just is because I'm this for real. You know what I mean? I fight for female rights for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when that shit happened and, and I confronted David about it and all that type of shit, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I just move forward from it and all that type of stuff. But me and David got our own situation going on that um, maybe y'all don't understand or maybe y'all do understand, and I'm gonna address him, but I'm gonna have to address him in a different type of way because he's a male. You know what I mean? And he got some other shit on his mind where it's like I don't know if you feel like it's a competition. I don't know what it is on that aspect, but he tried to attack me as well. And what y'all feel like is not an attack is actually an attack because I feel like I held Brooke down, dude, for a while, right? And I changed a lot about myself, you know what I mean, to make things better between me and Brooke. Me and Brooke got cooler before y'all even came, and now we at this point and everything. And like how you said, man, separation is an illusion, right? That's what you believe in. I mean, there's no separating me and Brooke. When you look at Brooke, you see me. You may not understand it or you may not want to believe it, but I'm a part of that growth as well. And she's a part of my growth. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because whatever we went through, those years of being together, man, we continuously talked. We continuously said things to try to heal each other. She said things to be able to help me deal with shit. I say things to help her deal with stuff and everything like that. And whether we apply it or not, you know what I mean? It's on us. But there ain't no separation. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know, when y'all met Brooke and everything, she wasn't like destitute and in poverty and things like that. She had her own castle. Like she had everything that she said that she wanted at this moment, and she was growing to want more. You know what I'm saying? And doing more things and stuff like that. And all I did was encourage it. You know, you can ask her on that shit. But I don't know what y'all narrative is as far as like who I am as a person. And you know, I don't really care like that. You know what I'm saying? But when you let your opinions and things like that and what you feel come over here on this side to attack me, and you, though, Tia, you of all people, man, like for what you've been through and how we fight for women's rights and how we fight for women who've been through situations like you, for you to say the same things like that, that's weird like that and stuff like that. Yeah, it becomes a problem. Because I'm like looking over here, like the females over here, like they know both of y'all like that. Like they ready to ride. Like when people be saying shit like about Brooke or whatever like that and everything, they be ready to get at it, dude. Like, you know what I mean? I just don't dispatch them like that because I want them to do other things, but they own some war shit too. And you know how vindictive women can be and change and stuff like that. You know how violent and how crazy they may become and stuff when they believe in something wholeheartedly because they truly believe in me because I am actually trying to heal them from them problems where they didn't even have no solutions at first. Now they have solutions. So there's a loyalty in that shit to me and everything for being able to provide those solutions, and they rock with me. So anybody that's affiliated with me, or a woman that's dealing with shit, they gonna ride and make shit happen. You know what I'm saying? But what I wanted that to protect. I don't want that to be able to attack the community over there. That's not what DOH was designed for. That's not what I want. You know what I mean? I want to be able to get rid of unrighteous energy that's destroying the productivity and the growth and development of a female that's trying to heal and trying to be better with her life. I need to get that out the way. I need to get out the middle of the road. If it's stopping, you know what I mean? And I'm able to see shit before other people are able to see it. 'Cause I played chess when I was little, so I mean, I think 2 or 3 steps ahead, and a lot of people may not understand that, but I see a lot of shit, and I respond to it before people even see that it's a problem, because I don't want it to be a problem. I'm into prevention before solution. But with you, is that yeah, I got Javachi involved. Like you see him happy when he say Ti, you be like Ti. Tia, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm having him over here. Like, I'm like, Tia's gonna be rocking with your moms. Like, we gonna be all cool and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, she's gonna be like a second mom to you and shit, the way I was looking at it at that point and everything. So, I was getting his brain together because, you know, he like got that speech delay situation. So, it's like certain words and stuff that's going into his head is going to be permanent in there. And that was one of the things I wanted him to know. I was like, that's Tia right there. And he just kept saying, like repetition creates memory, you know. So kept saying, he kept saying, he kept saying. So I was like, that's good. But I can't like have this be a situation where you attacking his father. Cause you was saying some stuff out of his mouth, out of your mouth and shit. And like I said, man, I don't know all of it, if it's all the way true, if it's just your response to certain things or whatever like that, but you like saying shit. And I'm just like, hold on, man. Like, that ain't cool, man. It's the same way if, just say your daughters got around me or whatever like that, and I'm trying to help them, and I start talking shit about you. Oh, don't listen to your mom, or what your mom is saying ain't shit or whatever. That sounds weird, right? It's something I would never do. You know what I'm saying? I would have to change the way I communicate. That's not something I could tell your children about you and shit. You know what I'm saying, face to face like that, if they're around me and I'm trying to work with them or whatever like that. Anybody's kid. I'm just saying your kid as an example because they're close to you. That's just how I feel about you, Vachi. Same thing. So, like I said, I'm gonna end this, and y'all have a good day over there. And tell everybody else I will address them. You know what I mean, in my own time and space. But I want to address you first, and move forward. And